at Donington Park for a charity event run by British racing greats. There's lots of amazing hardware speeding around this track. Le Mans cars, P1s, P2s, but I've got this amazing opportunity to drive this, which is a Penske Formula One car from 1976. Epic bit of kit, powered by the famous Cosworth DFV engine, double 4-valve, which means V8 in common parlance. It's an amazing package. This car was designed around that engine in a way, because the V8 that powers this car powered Formula One cars for 2 decades. It was designed in the 1960s, it ran to the 80s. It powered Formula One cars, Le Mans cars, and it was only the likes of Ferrari that could compete or try and compete with their own engine units. So this is quite a special bit of kit. High revving, 11,000 RPM, 500 horsepower in a very lightweight car. The first thing you notice, there's something out of proportion with the car, which is the wheels. The rear wheels don't match the front. The rears are massive, fat slicks. These front tyres are tiny. It's like a little Airfix model. Also, the rear wing is gigantic. There's hardly a front wing at all. It just looks like, I don't know, looks like a duster. It's not very powerful looking. So there's a big disproportion between the front aero and the rear. And that's definitely going to manifest itself on the track. So there's going to be a peculiar driving style required to drive this very mechanical beast. And I love that. Well, this car is tight. I'm literally sitting inside the fuel tank. To the left of my legs, to the right, I'm wedged in to an aluminium fuel tank that also wraps around my back. On the right side, this gear stick, which is obviously manual from 1970s, you've got to pull it right the way over into your thigh to get it into first gear. Then it's going to be away, second, third, fourth, fifth. I'll be using I won't use first again, so first gear is only for the pit lane. But it's so exciting being in a car like this. You can feel the car shaking, vibrating. The epic engine that powered so many cars, Formula One cars for 2 decades. 500 horsepower and a very, very lightweight chassis. Must love it. Engine, the DFV, so light underfoot and responsive. Just an incredible sound. Hard to believe that engine powered Formula One cars for 2 decades. Only a few manufacturers like Ferrari managed to go their own way and stand the chance of competing with the mighty Ford engine that was affordable and powerful, simple and effective. Woo-hoo! Ah, yes! Oh, I love it! Feel so connected to these cars. Very familiar. It's just a lot louder than the junior formulas I used to race, but very familiar feeling with this very simplistic gearbox, very direct steering, very tight chassis. Very direct brakes, no servos, no power steering, everything's just light to the touch. Let's see if we can scare the camera, boys. I'm going to use this little hill. I'm going to hide myself behind this hill and scare the shit out of Tim. Blimey, it's just getting used to it. The rev response is outrageously quick. Doing these little tracking shots really hard because the steering is just so quick, the gear stick is so slick, and the throttle. You apply the power, the response is instantaneous. It's such a lightweight chassis. This is the PC3 that John Watson started the season in Formula One in 1976, and was quite successful. Really, this chassis was the precursor to the PC4 they finished the season with. They'd had more success with it, but combined points gave them 5th in the championship in Formula One. So although this car didn't finish the season, it very much started it and laid the ground for what was to come. So I love that this car basically passed the baton on to its younger brother,
and let it finish the championship. And John Watson really used this to its best, to its full. He was the first Formula 1 driver I met when I was 19. I'll never forget it, my first day on track at Silverstone. The man was a legend, and people who race these cars, it's more like riding a motorbike than being in a car. Feel the air, you're just connected to your surroundings, and you do know if you do hit something, that thing is going to hit you hard. So you really grab these cars by the scruff of the neck and hung your balls on the wing mirrors. Now you might consider a bit of left foot braking in a Formula 1 car. Personally, I'm a right foot braker. You won't be doing it in this. Steering column goes straight between your feet. So if you wanted to left foot brake, tough luck.
That is epic. That takes a lot of getting used to. It's a lot more grip than I expected from a 70s classic. I drove a 72 Lotus and it had a lot less grip, so it's slithering around when this one is just biting. So it actually feels more like a modern era car. The amount of downforce this is producing. The weirdest thing getting used to is braking. These tiny little front wheels and these massive rear tyres with that huge wing on it. So compared to, most like modern cars, you've got carbon brakes, aero everywhere, big wheels. You can smash the brake pedal and just expect the downforce to be there for you. Whereas with these tiny little fronts just lock up. At the moment, this car's not fitted with the brake bias adjuster. So probably, if you had that, you'd be throwing it all onto the tail, which would be just a different style of stopping than I'm used to. But this was amazing. It was just an absolute gift to have a go in this and make a lot of noise at 11,000 revs. It's where it should all be.